many dreams, books, millionaires, ideas, skills, unfinished accomplishments are in the grave. Take a moment and think, what am I doing between the dash? You have to move right now because tomorrow is not promised. Join the Divine Connections movement in a couple of ways. 1, download the app for free. 2, subscribe to Divine Connections magazine. 3, if you have a book, a product, a service, gospel music, business, health and wellness product, church, or anything creative, join the Divine Connections Movement VIP and make a commitment to join a network that supports others, give you major exposure, customer retention, and customer engagement. To find out more about VIP, text 336-338-8903 or email divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com.
Businesses all across the planet are looking to make connections with people. Well, guess what? Divine Connections magazine is helping businesses not only walk in their purpose and passion, but to get connected to their potential. That's right. You've got to connect to your potential, and you can make it happen now because it is time to know your worth. As you get connected to people all across the planet, Divine Connections magazine will make it happen. And get featured in the magazine today and get your copy now, because there's no other time than a divine time to get connected to Divine Connections magazine.
Well, great day, and a welcome, everyone. I am your host and CEO of Divine Connections. Hope all is well. Thank you for coming on. Make sure you like, share, and comment throughout our broadcast. We have a lot of great things in store for you today. So Divine Connection is a faith-based and inspirational magazine that comes out quarterly in print as well as online. We connect with different businesses, entrepreneurs, gospel artists, pastors, anyone that's doing something great in the community. We also have the opportunity for you to be in the next magazine if that is your option and choice, if you want to share your message with the masses. So we do half page as well as full page options, and your ad will run for 3 months. So we'll give you detailed if you're interested a little bit later to connect with me if you're interested in that. We also do 2 big events a year, one in March and one in October. In March, we have our anniversary where we bring in quartet groups, mimes, praise dance, choirs, vendors, pastors. Sometimes we have a panel. Sometimes we have speakers. We connect with the community, churches, and organizations, and we bring in different people from different areas to let people know who God is, what we're doing, celebrate, and then we all network and worship together. So that's in March. That's 13th. Well, this coming up next year will be my 14th magazine anniversary. And then in October, we have an event called Bring It. Bring It is where we bring in praise dance groups, moms, vendors, and youth vendors, because we also want to make sure we include our young people as well, and we network and worship. So mark your calendar for our next Bring It event, which is going to be Saturday, October 14th. That's a Mebane Center in Mebane, North Carolina at 11 a.m. So if you would like to be a sponsor and support this event, let us know. We have sponsorship that includes vending as well as being in the ad, being in the magazine, as well as being on the app as well, because we have an app as well. So if you're interested in that, being a part, and if you just want to come to attend to support, you can do that as well. All right. Well, so we'll send you links for that. We also have our app. So go download it from Google or Apple Play Store. It is Divine Connections Magazine. You can install that and create a profile so we can connect with you, find out who you are, what you do, and you can connect with the ambassadors that's on the app that are experts in their lane as well. And then we also have our Divine Connection store is available. So we have our shirts, our hats, our hoodies, our jackets, socks, pillows, all those great things. And we look forward to connecting with you and shopping, helping you shop, and letting somebody know that they are a divine connection and that you are a divine connection. All right, so we're going to get into it just a little bit more. Let's now go to our sponsors and we'll be right back.
The bad news is suicides rise again in the U.S. increases highest among Black people ages 10 to 24. People need hope. The good news is hope is on the way. Join Mothers in Crisis Hope Pass It On campaign. Please visit makeahopeconnection.com. Hope, pass it on, and save a life.
Well, I gave you all my love and
Awesome, awesome. So take that information into consideration. If you want to connect with me, be on the broadcast, or even find out, just a little bit more about what we do. If you want to advertise in the magazine, you can connect with me by texting 336-338-8903 or emailing divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com. If you want to get tickets for the event, go ahead and go to divineconnectionsmagazine.com/events as well. Subscribe to our YouTube, or our email list going to our website, so you can get all the news and updates. Our website is divineconnectionsmagazine.com. You can also follow us on Facebook at Divine Connections Marketing. You can follow us on Instagram at Divine Connections, one word, and subscribe to our YouTube channel at The Divine Connections, and make sure you click the notification button there as well. If you have not gotten a chance to order our magazine, it is here for the quarter, so you want to go check it out. It has a lot of great information inside and different connections that you want to share with your community of great people that's making it happen. Again, if you want to advertise in the magazine, we do have page and full page opportunities, in your ad runs for 3 months. So if you want to get in the next issue, definitely contact us and let us know. If you'd like to be a sponsor for the show and you have a 30-second commercial, we will play it before or after our interviews on Wednesdays, or even during our interviews. And we do a 3-month agreement so people can continue to see who you are and what you do. And that's only for $150. So if you have a 30-second commercial and you would like to be a sponsor on this show, we would love to have you upon approval, of course. All right. So then we also am blessed to have my second book, which is called The Key Connector: How to Build an Empire Helping People. So I talk about the accomplishments I've done with my regular life as well as my business life, with the help of the Lord and having faith in the God that I trust and serve. So you can find this book on Amazon as well as Walmart.com, or you can contact me as well. Now, if you need a 30-second or a 60-second commercial for your business, your ministry, your book, your gospel group, or event, we also serve in that capacity as well. We also have our journals out this year. It is called Making It Happen. You are a divine connection because you are. We write the vision, make it plain, execute, and we celebrate. God is going to do phenomenal things in our lives this year. And that is just one of the great ways we can look back and give God glory of what things that he has done. Don't forget to go download the app Divine Connections Magazine. Just put that in your Google Store or your Apple Store and you can download it from there. And then go check out our store at bit.ly/Divine Connection Store. We have over 100 products for you there as well. And so I am excited about our special guest on the line. But before we bring him in, we're going to go and share with you just a little bit of his video so you can see a little bit of who he is. All right, so hold tight, and we're going to play you just a little bit.
Just like the one with the issue of blood, she said, if I can just touch the hem of his garments, I'd be made whole. She was made whole at that moment. Yes, she was. Anybody know he's still healing the sick? Yeah. Still raising the dead. Oh, be honest with yourself. Say it. Oh, my. Listen, yeah. Daniel in the lion's den. God made the lions be his friend. Stayed in there with them all night. But anybody know God made it all right? Oh, I'm so glad he didn't leave me where he found me. Anybody got that testimony when you look back over your life and see where he brought you from? Yeah, you can wave your hands and say, he did it, he did it. Oh, he did it for me.
He did it for me. So would you help me welcome Mr. Markees Williams is in the house. Great day, great day. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing good. It is a pleasure and an honor for you to be here today and me
Absolutely.
to have you on my show. So welcome, welcome. Tell the audience a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
So I am Markees Williams. First of all, I want to say thank you for allowing me to
Absolutely.
be on with you. Thank you again. It's an honor to be here with you.
You're welcome.
I'm a pastor. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a recording artist. But most of all, I'm a child of God. I'm a person who just loves God. And I'm from Los Angeles, California. I'm a pastor of the Saint. I'm the pastor of the Sanctuary Church of Refuge, right
Okay.
here in the great city of Los Angeles.
Mm-hmm.
And it, it has its days, but most of all, I'm just a normal person who loves to have fun and loves a good laugh and love to make others laugh as well.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, I am grateful to have you on, and that is definitely a good ministry to have. Is letting people know who God is, the King of
Mhm.
Kings and the Lord of Lords for sure. So, tell us a little bit how you got into the music industry.
Well, musically, my musical journey started at a young age, about 7. Of course, all of us singing in church, singing in the
Yeah.
children's choir, on the
Mhm.
usher board. You went from the usher board to the choir
Right.
stand. That was our first real, artist movement around. They was moving
Mhm.
you from here to there in the church. And
Right.
so that started for me about 13, 14. My mom realized that I could sing. Now, this is a crazy story. My mom was taking me, people would pass away, funeral, they would call her to come to funerals just to come and support the family or whatever. And my mom would go and she'd say, well, my son can sing.
Hmm.
So so my cousins and family members was calling my mom. They would call her the professional funeral mourner, and they would call me the professional funeral singer. So we
Okay.
were at funerals singing all the time. So then, once I realized that this gift that I had, I was like, I want to do a concert. So
Mm.
about 13, I did my first concert at my home church, Evening Star. And
Wow.
I didn't think anybody was coming because I was like, this is, I'm a teenager. Ain't nobody gonna come. They're
Yeah.
gonna like, oh, that's cute. That's cute. No, but it was packed. It was full. And people really realized at that moment that, God really gave me a gift. Then fast forwarding, God has been, I was fortunate enough to record at 19
Mm-hmm.
under Pipeline Music Group, which is a branch from Universal Music Group,
Okay.
which started me there, and then professionally started touring with, the likes of, R&B groups and singers and doing background work. And I was like, I want to sing lead. I'm not a background singer.
Right. Right.
Uh, and then, you know, for being on stages with Donnie McClurkins and the Kurt Franklins and the Yolanda Adams and
Mm-hmm.
the Wes Morgans and so many others. It just kind of went so fast. It was like, oh, he could sing. Let's put him here.
Right. Right.
Going from singing in my city to from singing on platform for the mayor to the
Mm.
governor to the
Awesome.
the barber boxer, and it was just amazing. It was just a quick journey that happened, relatively quickly, and all glory to God for all the things that He's done. So
Awesome, awesome. So share with us about how you started your church.
Well, 2018,
Mm-hmm.
April the 8th, I launched my church. It was literally a year after my mom had passed away.
Oh,
And so I was going to start the church, right? I had to delay it because transition of my mom. So I was like, you know what? Let me take some time because I
right,
don't want to bleed on the people.
right.
And so we waited, and then we did it. The church that I was at, I gave the pastor and informed her, hey, my season here is over. Thank you for everything you've done. I'm
Right.
gonna launch. I got to do this.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, Knowing that it was God, but fleshly wise saying, I don't believe this is getting ready to happen.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
I don't think nobody's gonna come. Listen, let's just see. First
mm-hmm.
service was packed,
Wow.
incredibly. I'll never forget the message was, I don't look like what I've been through.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And so the people packed up in there, and that day, 15 people joined my church.
Oh, wow.
And then 2 weeks later, I was driving down the street and found our location that we're at now. So it wasn't long that we moved from where we were renting from to the location we are now. It was like a matter of 2 weeks. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, God, is this where you move too fast for me?
Right.
But they always say, be careful what you ask for,
That's right.
because he hears it and he knows the desires of your heart, and he'll give it to you. So we were looking for that building for only like a week and a half, and found it and
Mm-hmm.
moved in. Um, and the man was like, here, I believe in you, gave me the keys. And we went into work that next day, tore them walls down, was in there on them folding chairs,
Mm-hmm.
didn't even have no carpet in there. It was dust everywhere. And the
Mm-hmm.
people was like, we don't care about that. We coming. And they came and was in there with me. It was amazing. It was amazing.
Wow, wow. And so currently you are with your
I'm
church.
currently with the church now. We've been in existence 5 years.
Okay.
We've been in existence for 5 years. Um, I've been in ministry a little longer than 5 years, but
Mm-hmm.
pastoring on my own has been for 5 years. I was consecrated bishop in 2021
Mm-hmm.
with the CGC. I'm now with the Glory Seekers International
Okay.
movement, and so um, the church is doing well. We went from that 15 to 150, and of course, pandemic happened, and then people talk about they scared and don't want to come back, and but you see them at birthday parties and bar mitzvahs and all this other stuff. It ain't a
Right.
real fear. It's just a
Right.
lack of accountability. So, we're doing good. We're doing well.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. So you have singing, you have pastoring. Anything else do you do?
A daddy. I'm a daddy of three.
Okay.
I'm a husband.
Okay. Okay.
So, when I got off the plane the other day, I came straight home and thought I was going to rest. It didn't happen. I came home and my wife was like, here you go. I
Mm-hmm.
had to do this we got a brand new 4-month-old. So he's running us right now. He's the boss. Then my 7-year-old is, she thinks she's the boss, but I'm glad she's not home.
Mm-hmm.
But that 4-month-old is running. He's letting us know, hey, I'm still here. And
Uh-huh.
then the 4-year-old, he's like, yo, give me my iPad. I'm good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. And so the joy of ministry, marriage, mentorship,
Yeah.
how do you balance all of that?
It's really hard. Um, for ministry, I try to make sure that my artistry does not cross over
Mm.
into that field. I don't want to. I always learned that a wise pastor, famous artist, told me that to be a pastor and be an effective pastor, your musical gift cannot be the driving force of your church.
Mm. Mm-hmm. Right.
And I took that to heart. So I may sing every now and then, but it's not finna be no full Sunday of me just full concert. No,
Right.
because we're going to get this word across that the Lord
Mhm.
has birthed inside of me. So I try to balance that. And then being the artist, I try to make sure that when I'm called to sing somewhere, that my pastoralship don't come, into play, even though it's hard.
Yeah,
It's hard to do. Then being the husband, I always try to make sure that I got that balance there, because I don't want my kids and my family to feel like they've been neglected, or because it happens in this business, in this industry that we're in, that the kids grow up and be like, my daddy wasn't home. He was always working. He was always on the road. He was always here. Then the wife has needs, and they need their time. So I try to make sure that everybody gets, my family, they get more time than everybody else and anything else. So I try to balance it like that. Family first, God first, family, ministry, and everything else falls in line. So.
Awesome. So what are some things that that's happened in ministry that really stood out, that God really moved, that it was just like a powerful anointing thing that happened? Give us maybe 2 examples.
One was I had prophesied to somebody. And this is what scares a lot of people, because I got a millennial generation of church goers in my church. So when I prophesy to them, it scares them. They be like, you was in my room, you was talking, how did you know this? Somebody must have told you. And I'm like, first of all, we've never met, so I couldn't have talked to anybody about you. So one instance was one where the doctors had told somebody in our church that the Lord was, that her son was blind. It's a lady goes to my church. Her son was having eye problems. And I told her, I said, we're going to pray. We're going to lay hands on him, and we're going to make sure that everything is done. Well, he came back to church, I think like a week or 2 later, and he had woke up and said that he could see again.
Wow.
And the mom, to this day, be like, Bishop, you spoke that, and look, he didn't have to have those, because he was scheduled for eye surgery. And I said, I'm believing God to heal before the date comes, and it happened. And he didn't have to have eye surgery. He wound up getting contacts. He wound up seeing, and he's on the usher board. Then there was one where there was someone who came in, and they were suicidal, and they were going to end it probably that night. But I started prophesying and speaking to them, and they was like, you don't even know what you just did to me. Because I was going home. The pills was by the bed already, and I was ready to do it. But coming here, your word inspired me to want to live again. Because whatever they were going through had caused them to just say, you know what, life isn't worth it. I'd rather just off it and do it. Like, we all get to that place. We just don't admit it, because we don't want nobody thinking that we belong in the psych ward or anything. But we all have moments where we want to give up and walk away. And those are my 2 most memorable. There's probably more, but
yeah, for sure. Awesome. So what would you say, as a pastor right now, what's going on with the world?
Everybody's like, oh, it's Satan's agenda. It's Satan's agenda. Well, in order for Satan to have an agenda and to push an agenda, it has to be ordained by God. That's number one. So in order, we go back to Job. Job was afflicted, and only got afflicted because Jesus went to Satan. Satan said, where he said, where are you going? He said, I'm minding my business. I'm doing what I need to do. Well, what you need? He said, well, have you not considered my servant Job? And he was like, well, I can't kill him, can't do nothing to him, because you got that hedge of protection around him. Well, here it is. If the world today would take a moment and decompress and relax a little bit, and understand that whatever this agenda is, whether it's pushed by Satan and ordained by God, we have got to take a moment and know that God is still in control. And we have to get that Job-like mentality and say, you know what? In all my days, I'm going to wait till my change come. I'm going to praise you. I'm going to worship you just because of who you are. And trust and know that God is able to do what eyes have not seen and ears have not, and has not entered into the hearts of man. But the world is in a state that we need to, number one, love each other more. We need to get to the place of loving each other and embracing people where they are. Because I always tell my church, to be a Christian is to be Christ-like. That's what the root is. Christian is Christ. And so we want to be Christ-like. And if you're trying to be Christ-like, you can't be Christ-like with a bad attitude. You shout on Sunday and leave that same service and you cussing and mean and don't know how to speak to nobody. And
Right.
you know, I've been preaching in my church about the sheep and the goat. You know, goats are hard-headed. Goats are mannish, and goats always do stuff. They're always into something. While
Yeah.
sheep are a little more mild-mannered, and their temper, you know, is really controlled, and you don't really bring nothing out of them. They're gonna mind. They're gonna walk around and mind their business. They're gonna eat what they can reach. They're gonna lay where they can. Now these goats have to stand on their hind legs to try to reach food that they can't reach. And that's what people are doing in society. We're trying to reach stuff knowing that that's not what God called us to reach. And so we spend a lot of times in goat-like mentality, but trying to be a sheep in the pasture.
That's
Yeah.
good stuff. That's good stuff. Awesome, awesome. So if anyone was interested, we're in your ministry or booking you, how can they contact you?
Well, I'm on IG, I'm on Instagram. You know, this is the new fad now. Instagram is the new thing. I'm on IG. You can follow me at IG, and I'll follow back. It's me running all my pages. It's Markees, Markees Williams with the number 1 behind it. And then my email, if you want to book me, want to have me at your convention or somewhere ministering for you, it's booking for Markees@gmail.com. I'm also on Facebook, same thing, just put in Markees Williams. And I'm on all social platforms except for Twitter. I don't know how to use that.
It's all good. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Anything else you want to share before we do the words of encouragement?
Yeah, I've got a new single out. I've got
Okay.
a brand new single out under the IR Music Group. Shouts out to my label, Bishop Norman Hutchins, the gospel legend himself. I've got a new song out. It's entitled Yes, He Did It. It's on all musical platforms, and you can download and stream, and you can go to YouTube and run that video up that we just was playing today. Hit that subscribe button to the IR Music Group and hit that, you know, share button and share the music. And that's all I have. And, you know, I'm a humble little kid.
Awesome. And let's leave with some words of encouragement.
Absolutely. Listen, if I could encourage anybody, it would be to just be like David in Psalm 40, when he said, I waited patiently on the Lord, and he inclined unto me, and he heard my cry. If there's anything that I can share and impart with somebody, is that it may look bleak, it may look like you've been forgotten about, it may look like you're in this thing by yourself, but I want to tell you, what you asked for, what you cried out about, the Lord heard it. It was just in his timing of responding. And sometimes his timing isn't our timing. And so sometimes we have to stay where we are until God releases us. And here it is. Most of the time, he's clearing out before debris that happened before in order for us to get released into the now. So there's some stuff that has to be cleared out before he can release you. And David recognized that here it is. He heard me. He inclined unto me, and he answered and brought me up out of the clay. And put a new song in my mouth. There's somebody that may watch this, that is watching this. God is about to birth something new in you. You just got to let go of the old so that the new can be fulfilled. Amen. Y'all take care and be blessed.
I love it. This is Mr. Markees, Pastor Markees Williams. Make sure you stay connected to him. Thank you so much for coming on. Hold tight.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for being my guest on
Thank you for having me.
You are very welcome. I am Deloris Williams with Divine Connections. Make sure you stay connected to the number 1 divine connector, which is Jesus Christ. Hold tight, and we'll be right back.
Hey, we've got exciting news from Divine Connections Marketing Services. Now you can create your own custom video commercial for your business or organization. It's time for you to win. Your product or service is someone's solution, so get the attention of your potential customers now. Choose from a 30 or 60-second commercial today. Just email us at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com and we can get started. Connect today and let's get started making your custom video commercial now. Divine Connections magazine. Get major exposure for your business. Is someone looking for your service? Do you need networking? Are you a gospel artist or a ministry? Do you have a major event that you want to promote? Divine Connections magazine has the solution for you. We can distribute to residents, businesses, churches, and online. Don't miss this opportunity to expand your marketing locally and around the world. Find out more about us at divineconnectionsmagazine.com. Get your spot in the next issue of Divine Connections magazine by emailing us for details at divineconnectionsmagazine@gmail.com.
Make sure to like us on Facebook at Divine Connections Marketing. Follow us on Instagram at Divine Connections.
Let's get it started now.